Okay guys, here's 2 more buckets that I have. And this is like kind of, we're going from the bigger stuff down to the smaller stuff. And this is the smaller stuff I've got. You can see this stuff is a lot richer than the other. I mean, you can see it right there in the ore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to classify this down to a size I can put through the crusher and see what we can do. So this is this bucket, and then this is bucket 2. So we're going to just classify them and see what we got. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to classify my rocks. And I was going to use my big rock crusher, but I want to do this because when I first started out, I didn't have equipment. And I was just like at the bare essentials, and I was like, man, is there ways to do this without big equipment? So I'm going to do this manually. So if there's anybody out there at home that doesn't have big rock crushing equipment, this is the way you can do it for, you know, real cheap without having to go out and spend all kinds of money on you know, big crushers and all that good stuff. So we're going to do this manually, and so you at home can try to do the same thing. And like I said, this is a high sulfidation ore, so I'm really not expecting much out of this. So if we get something out of this, man, I'll be really surprised. But like I said, it's a high sulfidation ore, and the chances of us getting anything like substantial is, you know, pretty slim. But we're going to go through the process anyways, just so you guys can see how to go through this process if you do come across some good pyrite, because you got 3 different types of pyrite, okay? And it's important to know, chalcopyrite is the #1 you want. Chalcopyrite contains copper. Copper is a byproduct of gold, okay? So #1 is chalcopyrite. Chalcopyrite is your friend. The second on the list is arsenopyrite. Arsenopyrite tends to be a little bit more silvery, and it's very dangerous to roast it because it contains arsenic. And it's, you know, I definitely suggest staying away from arsenopyrite. Arsenopyrite can contain decent amounts of gold, but I would stay away from it just because of the poisonous factor. And third is iron pyrite. Iron pyrite can also contain gold, but in my experience, the pyrite that contains the most gold is chalcopyrite. And fortunately for us, that's what we have here. So I'm going to classify this bucket and try to get rocks that are already small enough that we can manage. You know what? I'm going to need another bucket. Oh, this bucket's toast. Now, whenever you're crushing, you always want to get your rocks smaller. The smaller, the better. I'm going to start up a Patreon account here soon, so we can have people subscribe. And what we're going to do is the money that's donated to us, we're actually going to use that money to get a jaw crusher from Mountain Baker Mining and Metals. They're a great YouTube channel. I suggest you go check them guys out. They have a beautiful jaw crusher that would work great for this process. And we could really, you know, really move some ore. I have an impact mill right now that can produce, can run 1 ton an hour. If I could get the jaw crusher, I could then process this ore a lot faster. But we're going to go ahead and continue classifying this material. What I like to do is, as I go, I just kind of pull the big stuff off the top, and you can see this stuff is really good, you know, really good stuff. Hopefully we can get a nice recovery. Like I said, this is where I think they got that, look at that. Oh, that's something. It looks like manganese. Ooh, look at the foliation on that. Look at how that's bent. That's metamorphosed. Oh, we got a lot of that black manganese. Ooh, I didn't even realize. You know what? I should keep this stuff out, honestly. Let me go check another piece. I'm going to keep this black manganese out because it feels really heavy. It's like a conglomerate. It's got that conglomerate. I'll do it. Snap, that one's staying out, for sure. Oh, snap. That's some really good stuff in this bucket. I don't know. We might actually do something. Wow. This is some really nice stuff, this bucket. Wow. Certain rocks I'm just keeping out because they look so rich. Oh, yeah. That black banding has been known to contain gold. Okay guys, so we classified all the big rocks. And this is what we're left with. It's all kind of really small gravel down in there. I don't know if you can see that. But now we got to classify it. So we got two different classifiers here. We've actually classified this 3 times. So this is our second classification here, this guy. And then we go to our third classification, which is ultrafine. And then we're going to pan it out and we'll crush up whatever's left. So here we go. You know what? I'm going to see if I can find my my bigger pan, because my bigger pan is going to work a lot better. Okay guys, so I got a big concrete mixing tub, which is going to work a lot better for this classification process. So let's go ahead and get busy. Okay, so now we're left with this. Now let's dump this into our pan. Okay, let's classify this down smaller. This is where I'm going to need probably a little scoop. So let me get my scooper. Okay, here we go. What we're going to do, we're going to pan this out for sulfides and to see if there's any free mill gold. Like I said, with high sulfidation, it's very rare you're going to come in contact with free mill gold. but it has happened. And hopefully it'll happen for us today. I had this other really cool video that I was going to make today. I found this amalgam bar up near this old Dutch mine. And I found a bunch of slag and stuff, and I hit it with a metal detector, and I'm sorry, not a metal detector, but oh, you know what, I need another pan. Let me grab that quick. Here's another pan. So I was up there and just poking around and laying right in the middle of like not in the middle of the trail, but just off to the left of the trail. There was this like weird looking bar. Picked it up, looked at it, it was super heavy. I was like, wow, what's this? So I brought it home, I hit it with a little bit of hydrochloric acid, and only one spot of it went off. And then I hit it with a magnet. A regular magnet barely sticks, and a neodymium magnet is not that much better. So there's definitely a lot of precious metals in there. I put it on eBay under an amalgam bar. Green Mountain Finds is my channel. So I put it on there, and I put it on there for a lot of money because I know it's from the 17th century, and you could see all the ding marks in it where it had a bunch of slag on it, where they had to knock the slag off to get to the actual metal. And I think what they were doing is they were getting these amalgam bars and then shipping them off to be refined. Alright guys, so let me go ahead. I'm going to classify this stuff, and then we'll get to panning. So I forgot to mention this material here. That's this classifier. That's for that. And then we got 2, 3, and 4. So there is our classification steps and our various dirts. So we've got, here's what we got going on. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now I'm going to pan out 1, 2, and 3, and then this is going to have to get crushed. But let's do our panning and see if we can get enough to do a roast. Alright guys, so now we're going to pan the very ultra fine stuff. And what I've done is I've put dish soap in the water to stop the surface tension. Because what happens is your material could float. You don't want that to happen. And see how we have some flotation right here? Just get that off my hand. Let's see how I get that in the sunshine. So we have the dirt clogs popping up. You don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm actually going to need to get some more jet dry. And if you guys want to save a couple bucks, this works just as good. This is the dollar store brand right here. You know, works just the same. So you don't have to go get the $18 bottle or whatever. So this stuff works just as good. But we needed, the reason it floats is because we have surface tension. And whenever materials are super dry, they have a tendency to float on top of the water. So what we do is we take jet dry, and what we do is we're putting it in here so all the heavy materials drop to the bottom. And we're going to actually do that throughout our whole tub. And the more we get in there, the better. So I like to load it right up. There we go. Let's go ahead, start panning this out. And, you know, make sure your hands are clean. You know, I like to go through just to get the material wet so I can really start panning it, so I don't risk anything floating on top. Like I said, you just want to get all that material nice and wet. And what I like to do also is, see how this water's all gross? Is I like to keep my water clean in the tub. So I'll dump this off right behind me into my little garden, and then so I can continue to use clean water. So let's go ahead, dump this off. Up again. dumping this. All I'm doing right now is I'm just dumping the water off. I can actually do it over here. Actually, I can do it right here so you can see. Just dumping the water off. Let's see if I can do this so you guys can see good. Slowly dumping off the top there. Getting all that loose organic material off the top. And go back after it again. Now I'm going to start dumping this behind me just so I don't create a big mess that I got to walk through. So. That'll be alright. So. It's nice and easy. Before you pan, notice how I'm kind of letting it just sit for a second. You know, before I'm dumping all that material out. I mean, the stuff, the lights, before I start dumping the lights off. And what I'm doing is I'm shaking it towards the front. And don't be afraid to shake the shit out of it, okay? Right now. Dump that off. Basically, we just keep repeating this process. See, it's starting to clean up real nice. Don't worry if you start seeing little sparkly stuff floating off the top. It's alright. You don't want anything floating off the top anyways, because there's probably nothing in it. What we want to do is we just want to stop seeing that cloud. We want this water to just get, you know, cleaned up, so that when we pan it, you know, we're not seeing mud. And we want to have somewhat clean water here. Let's get some more water in there. As I'm dumping it out, you can almost smell the sulfur. Wow. There's definitely a lot of sulfides in there for sure. Because we're dealing with sulfides and every nanoparticle counts, it's always best to take your time and not rush it. I ain't saying I'm the king of sulfides or nothing, but when that's all you got, kind of start getting used to certain aspects of how it works. Like, if you're really, kind of not, worried about your panning skills, I highly recommend a miller table. It's basically you just pour your material on there a little at a time, and I'll recommend a video. Jeff Williams, if you tune into his channel, he's really good. He'll actually show you how to do all that. He's got a miller table that he uses to get his sulfides. We're getting there. So I'm going to finish panning this out, guys, and then I'll show you what we got. Okay, guys, there's my sulfides. Not bad, huh? Look at that. I didn't go all the way down to as far as checking for free mill gold, because like I said, this is just basically, I just want to roast this stuff for maximum recovery. Look at that, guys, huh? Pa-pow! Chalcopyrite, my friend. How awesome is that, dude? Yeah, buddy! Oh, man, and that was just the first pan of the super fine stuff. So I'm going to suck this up into my snuffer bottle. Right here. Sorry, that's so huge. Yep, so the snuffer bottle. And then do the next one. All right, so here we go. Okay, we did the ultra fine stuff earlier, and then now we stepped it up to the next step in classification, and this is what came out of that other one. Not bad, not bad. I didn't see any free mill, but as you can see, we have lots of sulfides in there. So let's see how much gold we can recover from these bad boys. But I tell you, not bad, huh? Because there was only a few spoonfuls in that one, so that's not bad. Well, let's keep going. Okay, guys, now I'm gonna pan out this stuff and see what we can get out of here. I'm gonna put this one in the bigger sluice, though. This big guy right here. So let's pan this out and see what we can get. Okay, guys, there's the last pan right there. I gotta say, that's not bad, man. That's pretty good. You know, we got a lot of sulfides out of that. Some nice chunky stuff, too. Look at that. Bingo. This might be some decent ore, dude. It just might be the fact that you just might have to roast it. I mean, I don't know. But, I mean, we should get something. I really hope so. I mean, that's beautiful no matter what. How awesome is that? So, this is so I got 3 takes. This is the biggest stuff of it all. Now I'm going to put them all together, crunch it up to make it real fine, and then we're going to roast it. So now I'm crunching up some more. The big stuff that came through the big classifier. I'm going to crunch this up, screen it out, and try to get some more sulfides. Okay guys, there's our second batch of sulfides. I crunched up these rocks right here. So I got a full pan. I still got a bunch more to go, but I wanted to do it by hand because I know not everybody has, you know, power machinery. So I did it by hand so you guys could see, you know, what's able to be done, you know, on your own. But this one was way better than the loose stuff. The stuff I crunched up, I mean, look at that, dude. That's sweet, man. That's awesome, dude. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Hopefully we get something out of it, but that's decent, man. That's real decent. So let's suck this bad boy up and see what we got. Okay, so I've roasted my material. What I did is I add a little bit of salt to it to boost up the oxygen. I've had this on here for about 3 hours. And you can see how it's not, all the gold luster, all the reflection is all gone. So now we're ready to go ahead and smelt it. That's the next step. Okay, that's what we got. And now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna weigh this out to see exactly how much we have. Now notice the color difference. Notice there's no shine to it anymore. It's really like a brown color. The browner it is, in my experience, the better it is. So here we go. Let's get to mixing it. First we're going to do is we're going to weigh it up and see how much we have. Okay, here we go. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to put this on here first so we can get a weight of the paper plate. So I turn that on there. And then, okay, so now we're down to 0. And I take this off, this should say something. There we go. So now we're going to put this on there. Oh, okay, look at that. We got 2.2 ounces of this stuff. All right, man, that's cool. That's more material than we had with the computer chips. I'm not getting my hopes up, but that's cool. Nice, man. All right, let's mix it up. All right, here we go. Let's start mixing it up. So let's take our roasted sulfides here into a cup. Then we're going to take some Hank Chapman's flux. Let's put this on the plate just to kind of get a perspective of the material that I had. I have to use the big crucible. More. Now we need some thinner. And some borax. We don't want to forget that this time. Now we just want to stir it around. You want to make sure everything's mixed together because you want the flux to come into contact with all your pyrite so you don't have any issues during the melting process. I mean, even if this is a fail, guys, I'm going to post it anyways. You know, because not all pyrite contains gold. You know, but with this stuff being chalcopyrite, it should have something in it. I didn't even try to pan it for free mill. See if I can cover it and maybe shake it around. There we go. Perfectly mixed up. Now the next step is let's get the kiln ready. Okay guys, here we go. We got it in there. Now we're just gonna let it do its thing. It'll take about an hour, and then we'll pour this bad boy and see what we got. But it's in there. Let's go. Okay guys, it's 1:30. We're letting this thing do its deal. We're gonna let it get into a liquid, pour it into our cone mold, and see what we got. Ow! Melty smelty. It's looking good, man. Hopefully we can get some gold out of this. Okay, there it is. There it is, guys. 0.5. Try to zoom in on that. Not too shabby, huh? 0.5 out of, it was, what, 2 ounces? Still got some crap on there. Look at that, man. That's pretty freaking awesome. Try to get a brighter view of it. It's not really shining up that great. It's because it's starting to get dark outside. Let's see if I can get it in a better light for you. There it is, guys, in all its glory. 0.5 from some pyrite. So now you know how it's done. I did end up going to, when I did roast, I did end up swapping it out for a iron pan. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. See you on the next one.